The National Catholic Broadcasting Council presents Let Us Reflect Together. 40 Days of Lent Retreat, From the Cross to Hope. Day 17, Journey with the Holy Family, the Yes of Mary, with Father Tom Lynch.
The angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. You will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you will name him Jesus. He will be called the Son of the Most High. The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you." Then Mary said, "Here am I, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word."
Too often when we think of the message of the angel Gabriel to the Blessed Virgin Mary, we think of stained glass windows, and we think of a young woman all prepared for that message, that request, that great question. But in reality, as a teenager, this came out of the blue. And so she had to say, is my yes really going to be able to be trusted? Is my yes really going to be able to be followed through by God? Do I trust God enough to really make my yes that yes? I have a good friend who really led, shall we say, very happy life for the years when she was a late teenager and early 20s. But for all that she was having a good time, and you can put your own parentheses around that good time, when she got into her late 20s, she realized that in spite of the fact that she was so busy and so social, she really wasn't a very happy person. So she sort of took a deeper look at her life, and she realized that it was time to claim her own faith, to claim her own Catholicism, to claim her own relationship with God. So, with fear and trembling, she decided that she would actually make a choice to follow Jesus. Just like that old evangelical hymn, I've decided to follow Jesus, no turning back, no turning back. And then everything was wonderful for about a month. But as she continued to deepen her own faith life, everything started to fall apart. Her fair time friends just fell away. The job that she had, because she really sort of enjoyed the fact that it gave her freedom to party like crazy, well, that was gone. And more, she found herself without the supports that she'd had for years. And she became very bitter about the choice that she'd made. She said, I happened upon that phrase from the prophet Jeremiah, "Lord, you have seduced me, and I let myself be seduced." And she said, did I really know what I was getting into? And I would say to her, we'll call her Jane, I said, Jane, nobody knows what they're getting into, but we have to know one thing. We have to know that our yes to God is something that will be able to be continued on in our life, and that God never betrays us. God always fulfills his promises. That's the certainty of our life. When we say yes to God, it's not as if we know everything. I often say that as a priest, if I knew in the seminary what I know now about priesthood, I don't think anybody would say yes. And you probably would agree with that as well. Look at the various things where you've followed Christ in your life. Look at your children, look at your family, look at your marriage. If we knew then what we know now, but that yes to God is something that is given to us in the fullness of our grace and in the fullness of our powers. We're asked to be able to follow Christ, and to follow Christ with a yes that isn't just sort of given today and forgotten tomorrow. Our yes is to be a yes for all time. There's a problem with following Christ, and that is that you can't do everything. There's a phrase from a Canadian song that goes, "Every new beginning is some other beginning's end." What are you going to leave aside to make space for Christ? Not just in your life in general, but particularly in this time. Because life, Satan, other things, crowd into our life and crowd out God. Every new beginning is going to be some other beginning's end. Part of this time is to stop and ask, what do I need to leave aside? What has run its own course? How do I welcome Christ into my life on this daily basis? The other, of course, is to believe that Christ can really be present in our life. sometimes things don't go as we plan. When John Henry Cardinal Newman, now Saint John Henry Newman, was only 16, he blew his exams, completely blew his exams. He was only 16, but he was brilliant. He had a nervous breakdown. But as he recovered, he took his exams again, and of course, he just aced them, got the highest marks that Oxford University had ever seen. But it made him stop and think. He said, maybe God really does have a plan for me. Maybe I won't know it in this life, but I will know it in the next. I was not made for nothing. I was made for a purpose. I am a link in a chain. On this retreat, remember this. You too are a link in that great chain, which has bound humanity to Christ and Christ to humanity. And all it takes is, once again, to be able to answer Christ, to be able to live out that yes, in the certainty that he responds to us each and every day.
Join us tomorrow for Day 18, Journey with the Holy Family, Joseph the Protector, with Father Tom Lynch. For more information, please email us at info@ncbc.ca, visit our website at dailytvmass.com, or call our office toll-free at 1-888-383-6277.